Hi Taurus and Taurus rising, this is your October 2016 forecast. So September was a month of a lot of flux and change. We had 2 eclipses in Virgo and Pisces, and Mercury was retrograde for 3 weeks. Jupiter did move into Libra, which is a very optimistic, hopeful start in a new sign where Libra has triplicity dignity. But it didn't really get a chance to take root. With so much change in the air, we may not have known exactly which direction things were going to take. But October shows a lot more of a settled, harmonious energy. So let's look at what's playing out in the sky for you. Your ruling planet Venus is going to be in your 7th house in Scorpio until the 18th of October. So Venus in Scorpio is very intense and very resource orientated, and for you this is going to be around partnerships. So, there's going to be a certain intensity in one-on-one interactions, and if you consult, it's likely to make you more attractive and people more receptive to your ideas. Venus is the planet of love and harmony and attraction. So, this does favor significant one-on-one interactions quite favorably. So it can show a lot of intensity around a permanent relationship in your life. And like I said, if you consult, this is likely to make you more attractive, generally speaking, and people more receptive to you. So very good for social popularity. So Mars is going to be in Capricorn for the entire month of October, and Capricorn is where Mars is exalted. So Mars is going to be in your 9th house, and here in Capricorn, Mars is very organized, very efficient, very practically orientated. So Mars is going to be able to work quite efficiently for you in this house. So the 9th house has to do with travel, opportunities for learning, and adventure. It's how we expand our experience and take things from the mundane to the extraordinary in life. So Mars, of course, the adventurous warrior planet, but working in a very strategic, goal-orientated and efficient way for you in Capricorn in the 9th. So plans around travel, plans around learning, and generally just adventure, really going to be fortuitous this month. Mars is going to want to take you off the beaten track. And if you're one of those Taurians who likes risky sports, then it's going to favor that sort of thing, paragliding, rock climbing. So there'll just be a few days you want to watch out for minor accidents. But other than that, a lot of adventure and a lot of resourcefulness around travel and opportunities to enhance your scope of activities. So the month starts off with a new moon in Libra. So this is where Jupiter is and will remain until October 2017. So Jupiter is going to be in your 6th house for a year. So let's have a quick look at what Jupiter signifies in this area of your chart. Now Jupiter is traditionally the planet of learning, travel, and ways that we expand the breadth of things that we do and our experiences. And in the 6th house, this is the house of work and health. So there's the opportunity to improve your working environment, so it favors your actual physical working environment, so you can make it larger, more comfortable. But also interactions with colleagues and team workers and employees are favored, so you tend to get along with people better with this kind of a placement. Jupiter in the 6th is also very service orientated. So if there's a service that you provide, you're much more likely to have a satisfied customer. And of course, in whatever work we do, we are providing some kind of service. So like I said, your work is likely to be well received. In terms of health, Jupiter is generally speaking good in the 6th and, enhances personal health. But there can be a little bit of a problem with rich and fatty foods because this is the house of digestion. So you may find that you need to cut down on those sorts of things, or you could find yourself gaining weight. So this new moon on the 1st of October has the Sun, Moon, and Jupiter lined up in the 6th house. So this is kind of a housewarming party for Jupiter and Libra. So the new moon, with this favorable alliance with Jupiter, shows new projects and undertakings for you in the sphere of work and health. So this could be something as straightforward as starting a new exercise or diet regime, or, constructive work projects, where you want to tackle things and get things done very efficiently, new things that you want to launch, and like I said, favorable for interactions with colleagues and co-workers. So you'll have a good reception if there's something that you need to take further faster. So use others to advance these goals, because Libra is a social sign. So interactions with others and getting support from co-workers and teammates will definitely be the way to go. There's also favorable aspects with Saturn in the new moon. So the sun and moon are sextiling Saturn in your 8th house. So this is very good for resource management. So setting up budgets and planning practically around things that you want to accomplish in terms of work or health. So you may find yourself making budgets and, strategizing in that sense, so making your goals achievable. So on the 1st, Venus is trining Neptune, and this is from your 7th to the 11th houses. And Venus, of course, is very romantic and artistic and creative, and Neptune resonates with this theme quite a lot. So this is a very good day for an outing with a friend that takes you somewhere scenic and beautiful, and good for enhancing closeness with whoever you choose to undertake this with. So on the 4th of October, the Sun sextiles Saturn. This aspect perfects from the new moon. So like I said, this could show you, budgeting, planning, strategizing, working very well with older or authority figures or peers to get things off the ground with regards to work. So use this aspect to make the dreams of Jupiter come true. So on the 5th, Mars is squaring Jupiter, and this is from your 9th to your 6th house. So this could be very good because it's an energetic aspect where you can use the energy to advance travel plans, learning plans, or work plans, or find a balance between the two. Jupiter can get a little bit ahead of himself, so you'll just have to use the surplus energy constructively. So on the 7th, the Sun squares Pluto. Now, this one can bring hidden tensions to light. Pluto can be issues simmering on the back burner, conflicts and tensions, and for you around the houses of work and travel and learning, it could be some issues that need to be resolved before you can proceed smoothly. So it can show a bit of a power struggle or just a balance between work and travel plans, but it could be as straightforward as conflict with foreigners or teachers, generally speaking. So on the 11th, Mercury moves into your 6th house. So Mercury in the 6th brings more communication and activity to the workplace. So very eloquent and very engaging. So you'll be engaging colleagues and team workers in conversation, advancing your ideas, selling your ideas in the office. So very good for the communicative aspect. And when Jupiter and Mercury come together, this is very good for launching, kind of talks around projects that you want to initiate, or just getting your ideas favorable review. Because Jupiter is going to have a look at the big picture and Mercury is going to be detail orientated. So this is a good aspect to bring things together for, negotiations generally speaking, and favorable for work projects generally. So the 16th of October has, kind of a surprising full moon. The moon is going to be conjunct Uranus and the sun is going to be opposing Uranus. And this is going to be in your 6th and 12th houses. So you could expect some unexpected developments with Uranus. Uranus is that planet which always brings change. And what it does is it surprises you. And so this could be in a pleasant or an unpleasant way. So you may find that this could be conflicts with, people that you work with, or it could be light being shed on an issue around health or general organization in the office that you need to resolve. The sun and the moon can be men and women, so clashes could come from anywhere. But because it's a culminating energy, full moon's shedding a light on whatever area of life they're in, there may also be a health problem that you've been aware of that you need to do something about, or somewhere where you need to change things up a little bit. So surprises could be good or bad. So on the 20th, Mars is conjuncting Pluto in your 9th house. So Mars and Pluto really pack quite a punch. So if you are going off the beaten track or ready for some kind of an adventure, this aspect could be the one to do it. But because of the energy behind this, if what you're doing is more daring and risky and sporty, you might want to just watch out that you don't hurt yourself. So just be a little bit more cautious at this time. Mercury is also opposing Uranus, so there can be some surprising communications, so you might want to put on a mouth guard. You're more likely, because of the nervous, restless energy that's still lingering from the full moon, to say something that you later regret. So on the 23rd, the sun moves into Scorpio, and this is going to be in your 7th house. So the last week of the month, the focus is really on significant one-on-one relationships. if you're in consulting, this also favors consulting. So, you'll be able to sell yourself more effectively, and all partnerships will be enhanced, business or romantic. So on the 25th, Venus is squaring Neptune, and this can show a little bit of a disappointment in somebody else. Venus is what we dream or fantasize about, or expectations that we have of other people, and their affections towards us. And squaring Neptune, it can sort of show a bit of, disappointment in the way things transpire in reality. So, but if you're not too hung up on the results, it could just be a pleasant time of fantasy, daydreaming, and creativity. So on the 29th, Mars is squaring Uranus, and this is one of those aspects where, again, you might want to watch out that you don't overextend yourself and hurt yourself. Mars rules the muscles and the ligatures, so it could show spraining a muscle, so just be a little bit more careful, because the chance of accident, especially with physical activity, is somewhat enhanced. So on the 29th, Venus is conjuncting Saturn in your 8th house. Now, this is the house of joint resources and investments. So it could show a long-term investment that you choose to make, because Venus is very financially orientated and luxury orientated and money orientated too. And Saturn is kind of consolidating and restricting. So it can show long-term ties, lasting commitments. So it could be a lasting financial commitment or investment that you choose to make, something that possibly has a lot of long-term value. So return from this kind of investment should be guaranteed. So the month wraps up with the new moon in Scorpio. So this is going to be putting the focus on that 7th house theme. So partnerships, significant one-on-ones, long-term partners like marriage partners or spouses could be implicated. So, but it can show the initiation of projects around partnerships, generally speaking. The Sun, Moon, and Mercury are going to be conjunct, trining Neptune, which is very creative. So it lends itself to light-hearted talk about less serious subjects. You're thinking imaginatively and out the box. And like I said, this is on the theme of partnerships and developing partnerships. So perhaps talking about things in a less serious way, exploring ideas more creatively, and very good in terms of communications with Mercury in this aspect. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this forecast, and if you have, please like and subscribe.